Yo, what's up, everyone? What's going on, guys? What is going on? I'm in the rig. Got some organizing done. Fished this weekend. It sucked. We tried going out yesterday. We got stormed on and lightning and all that stuff, and we didn't want to sit around for 4 hours waiting for the storms to leave. So we booked out in the morning, caught a few fish. Nothing big, nothing spectacular. So we left, but I've been trying to organize the boat a little bit better. Being in a boat, going out in my buddy's boats, and all that kind of stuff. Just finding some new ways to sort the hundreds of jig heads that I have. And this is the way so far that I am digging it. I typically kept it in just a Bass Pro. It's just a 3700 size box. Essentially just a plain old box with Bass Pro's logo on it. I organized my slots for big shaky heads, jigs, swim jigs, old swing heads, stuff like that, where I just keep all the heads in here. And then I got separate boxes over there for all the skirts. One of the tips I've done is I've drilled a bunch of holes in the box just to vent it and or drain them if there does, happen to get water in them. So I've gone from this, which is okay, but to take these and then put them in a smaller box, if I go into someone else's boat, it's kind of a pain. There's a couple companies that I've used, and this is the current one. These are just the Gamakatsu 3200 boxes. Small box, it's like wallet size, small enough to where I can just pull a box and throw them in a bag and not have to carry everything if I'm not using like heavy jigs, flipping jigs, shaky heads, all that kind of stuff. This one has just shaky heads and finesse, the baby J's, righteous. This is how I keep them organized. Essentially just a foam pad with the slits in it. These are all the baby J's in here. And then I've got the Salvations. And then I've got the shaky feet. These are the original shaky feet with the no eyes. And then I've got some of the bigger stuff like the Excite Baits, X-Locks, big worms. This is a great head. I can carry plenty in this little box here. I can replenish it and restock it as the season goes. This one here is big football jigs and my heavier Pro Megas. So I've got, if you can see there, like 3/4 ounce footballs, half footballs, 5/8, 7/8, big shaky heads. These are some really big shaky heads. That's a 1 ounce with a small hook, and then the 1 ounce with the giant hook, which I don't think Omega makes them anymore. We've talked about bringing them back just because guys want them for ledge fishing and all that kind of stuff. I use them just for big ass worms, big brush hogs, stuff like that. This is a beast though. I mean, that's a pretty heavy jig. I typically like a 5/8 size. It just works great on Kentucky Lake and so on. Where's this one? This one is Finesse Shaky Feet. I've got a bunch of just smaller shaky heads. So these are like the quarters, 3/16, a little bit lighter. Just keep everything kind of organized. I've got some loose ones just because I've had leftovers of those. So I just keep everything in the box. But the nice thing is, if I'm on a shaky head bite or something like that, I can just throw that box in there, throw 1 or 2 boxes. This is probably my most used box. This is all my half flips. I'm missing a few of them, so I gotta go restock on all my jigs. These are all half flips, and I think the 7/16, but I typically use the half flips 99% of the time when I'm flipping a jig. But again, it keeps them solid, nice and solid in there. They're not going to fall out. I've been using them for a couple weeks now, and jigs don't fall out. Banging in the back. I keep them in the back of keep them back of the boat because the heavier weight is better for the boat lift. So, and they're pretty cheap. I think I got this one for $5. I think they're on like Tackle Warehouse for like $9 maybe. Just a nice little box so I don't have to have the giant box of carrying everything. I can just throw this into my bag and use it. There's another company called Groove Fishing. They make a big jig box with the same, like, I don't know, it's high density foam. It's a great box as well. It's just a little bit big for my needs right now. They also make these stickums that stick onto like your lids or up front, anything like that, and you can just stick your jigs and hooks and all that kind of stuff, and it keeps it from moving. Awesome product as well. I just haven't gotten around to get one yet. I might get them this winter. But right now, we're starting to tail in for the fall fishing and all that kind of stuff, so getting geared up with that. But that is how I keep everything organized. It's pretty much these 4 little boxes right here. I'm going to probably order a couple more just because I have some miscellaneous jigs I want to keep in here. But other than that, it is quite freaking hot in here. I think this week's supposed to be in the mid-90s, so hopefully that is done for the rest of the year. But that is how I keep my jigs. I went from this big box to those 4 individual boxes, a little bit more organized for me, where I can keep them, you know, separate and all that kind of stuff. Smash that thumbs up, guys. Hope you had a great holiday weekend last weekend. I got destroyed by like 300 or 400 chiggers all over my body, so it's taking about a week to recover from that. Other than that, ready to go frogging, pitching, whatever I've got out here. Hope you guys have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.